Hey guys, City Goods Fan TV here with my post-match analysis of our round 2 clash against the Parramatta Eels. Here we go again, Manly and Para, but on a hot, scorching day at Brookvale Oval, the Manly Sea Eagles smashed Parramatta 54 points to nil, and it was really a surprising result. Me personally, I thought it would have been a much closer game. And I just was shocked by the score, and I'm pretty sure most of you would have been as well. Coming into this match, both teams were off a round 1 loss. Parramatta lost 24-14 against Penrith, I believe, or 22 it was, despite leading 14-0, and Manly lost in a heartbreak Golden Point thriller against the Newcastle Knights. Now, to get Parramatta out of the way, because there really isn't much to say, they didn't turn up at all. They were pathetic, embarrassing, looked like they didn't want to be there. And yes, you could say the heat played some factor, but at the end of the day, that's no excuse to concede 54 points. So now that Parramatta's out of the way, it's now on to our boys. And I couldn't have been much happier with the team effort like that. From the kickoff, I didn't even honestly think it was going to be that much. I thought, we were going to bounce back, but not in this fashion, seeing as we had not won our last 6 clashes against Para. But as they say, records are meant to be broken. So, DC earlier on attacked the Para line in their red zone, scooting across field, then bouncing off a tackle from Corey Norman, and then slipping through the easiest of defences into a hole and scoring. So that was in about the 4th minute. And then not too after, with 3 minutes later, in the 7th minute, Appy Coruscant barged his way over in what it looked like to be a potential no try, but he somehow managed to get it down despite Jared Hayne being offside and making the tackle. So from that point onwards, it was about a 12-0 lead, and here was me thinking that, oh wow, fantastic start by our boys, but it might not last long, so let's not get too excited. Then shortly after, in the 12th minute, Lachlan Croker with a beautiful pass, putting Adam Fanua-Blake through a hole, and DC converted to make it 18-0, and that was at about the 12th minute. Up until this point, Cherry Evans had controlled most of the game, kicking at 40-20, setting up a few plays, and he was just on fire. So really happy with Daly Cherry Evans. Then not too later, in the 18th minute, Curtis Sirinen, I believe that was in the 28th minute, after a beret from Parramatta, who didn't have many attacking opportunities and dropped a chance to score with Jared Hayne almost coming close. Curtis Sirinen managed to score in the 28th minute after a beautiful short ball near the line by Daly Cherry Evans. So Sirinen gets his first try for the year. Then shortly before half time, Lachlan Croker throws a lovely inside ball to Jake Trebojevic, who was able to get an offload away back to Lachlan Croker, and he scores. So going into the break, it was 30-0, and no one would have expected it, not the punters, not the fans even, and I was really surprised. But as you can see, footy can be a game of 2 halves, and I honestly thought that they might come back. We got to really hold them out. I didn't expect many tries in the second half. I thought it'd be one of those games where maybe Para might bag 1 or 2, and we might bag 1 try, and that's probably how it will stay. But what was about to happen in the second half really shocked all of us. Para had multiple sets, I believe for about 10 minutes altogether, had multiple opportunities to score, but lacked the attacking prowess that they normally have. There was no consistency, the attack was not fluid, and they were not able to cross over. Jake Trebojevic in the 53rd minute scored after a beautiful offload from Lloyd Perrott, who had about 3 or 4 players on him and managed to get the offload away. So good on you, Lloyd Perrott, for being able to do that. Then 3 minutes later, Curtis Siren pounced onto a grubber from either Coruscant or Lachlan Croker. I don't remember who it was. So he grabbed a double for the afternoon. He played really well. Then shortly after, in the 61st minute, Lloyd Perrott just barged his way over, and that confirmed another try. And I don't think they were done yet. Poor Parramatta just couldn't catch a break. Mitchell Moses was sent to the sin bin for the second week in a row. So the NRL is cracking down on these sin bins and as well, he needs to have a bit of a self-reflection on himself. 2 weeks in a row in the sin bin for stupid maybe comments as well towards the referee, which it was. He needs to get his mouth in check. After that, stuff slipped on some words there. Cherry Evans took the 2 points to give Manly the half century. And then 2 minutes before full time, Tom Trebojevic with a signature cutout pass, finding George Tafua, who strolled his way in. Cherry Evans could not convert his last kick to get a perfect 10 out of 10, but at the end of the day, it was too much for the Parramatta Eels as they suffered a 54-0 thrashing. So what do I take from today's game? Fantastic from the boys, could not fault them in any way. Very well despite a heat wave, 38 degrees, it's not easy. So kudos to the boys, they did fantastic. As for Parramatta, Brad Arthur has now a massive task on his hands to bounce back after an 0-2 start to the season, despite being called genuine contenders. That's not to rule them out of the title race, but if they continue to play like this, it's going to be a long and painful season. And for me, it's because, maybe because Jared Hayne's back, they're playing like how they were when he was there. They're playing as individuals, not as a team. They did not offer much yesterday. So Brad Arthur has got a lot on his hands with that. And as for us boys, we travel to ANZ to take on South Sydney, who are 0-2 to start the season as well. I'm hoping we can get the win. I don't think it will be as one-sided as this week was, but I'm sure the boys can pull through hard and get us the 2 points. Anyways, that's all we have for today. Thanks to everyone for watching. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. Fantastic win, Manly. 54-0, up the mighty Seagulls. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye.